Dumperz?
Sup? No, okay, it's a question. Sup?
Sup?
Not a real question, a rhetorical one.
So, Donald Glover, since he clicked on this video, I'm guessing you're probably a fan of his. Or how about a hater with too much free time?
And how about I pound you like a boy? That didn't come out right.
Anywho's, the man's been out of the celebrity spotlight for a good while now, and it's pretty safe to assume that that's an intentional choice on his end. But when he does check in, it's often a very brief social media post with an air of mystery surrounding it.
Hello, I'll answer 3 questions.
Funnily enough, minutes after that voice tweet and several others were posted, they were quickly taken down from his Twitter profile. But the internet being what it is, the proof of the post still exists, even if they are confusing and kinda cryptic.
Atlanta Season 3 comes out probably the beginning of next year. I don't know when the album's coming out, and I do crosswords and listen to Khalees. The answer's about 3 or so. I wrote and am writing I'm writing 3 movies, a trilogy.
But why even delete the tweets at all? Was it a regret or a privacy thing? Was it an artistic expression? A marketing tactic? Well, that's exactly what I plan on finding out today. So sit back, crack open a bottle of Yoo-Hoo, and join me in learning about... So if I'm being honest with y'all, I've been looking for a reason to make a Donald Glover-centric video for a long time now. But there have been hundreds, if not thousands, of videos that break down his acting, musical, and directing performances, so I'm not going to focus on that stuff too much today. I frankly don't even feel that qualified to give creative critiques on his work, and Glover himself has stated that he has some reservations about putting context into his music and visuals.
Can you explain what's happening at the end of that video?
No. I feel like it's not really my place to do that. I think, I think it's just something that should just be out there and just, it's for the people,
Like that all said, when I stopped thinking about the work itself and started to consider the advertising around it all, I was like,
oh no! But then I was like, this is a story.
And a good one.
Yeah.
But before we can dive into all of that, I do need to lay down some context and give a quick rundown of Glover's career up to this point, just for those that may be unaware. Donald Glover was raised in Stone Mountain, Georgia, which is a small town about a half hour outside of Atlanta. It's safe to assume that this upbringing and environment made an impression upon Glover, as decades later, he went on to create the FX series of the same name. After graduating high school, Donald attended and soon graduated from New York University, with a focus on TV and playwriting. Glover didn't waste any time, however, as he began experimenting with music creation, and he even joined the sketch comedy group Derrick Comedy.
Hi, my name's Sammy. I'm new to this school. Know where I could get some pie around here? Oh,
Side tangent, Tina Fey may have been the first one to give him his big break by making him a writer on 30 Rock, but did you know Donald was also in a Conan sketch all the way back in 2005?
Listen up, former Secretary of Labor Robert Bryce. Put down your piece or I'm gonna gut Conan like a fish.
Anyways, Glover went on to write for the first 3 seasons of 30 Rock, and then successfully landed the role of Troy Barnes on the NBC show Community. In full transparency, that's about the point where I became a lover of Glover, so I've been following his career for 12 years now.
Sure. Okay, so it seems as though we have a clip. You want to set it up for us?
I'd like to, but I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, we'll just roll it.
So after he became Troy, Donald Glover really started to become a household name. He continued to star in Community, but he also put out his first ever solo comedy special, along with establishing himself in the rap game under the pseudonym, you guessed it, Childish Gambino. After the release of an EP and 2 studio albums, Glover decided to step away from Community after 5 seasons to pursue his music full time. And although the show had faced plenty of hardships before this, having Donald and Troy by proxy leave the show entirely was really the straw that broke the camel's back. This unfortunate yet necessary career transition can definitely be seen as the catalyst for Donald's career as we know it today. David Glover, age 39, was found dead at the scene. Girl, I could throw up on you. Because from that point on, Donald Glover began to land roles in several major blockbusters. He released the Grammy-nominated album Awaken My Love, and he also created the previously mentioned show Atlanta, which won him 2 Primetime Emmys. However, creating your own show, curating a musical alter ego, and appearing in every other Disney property does have its downsides, but we'll get to that a bit more in a bit. That pretty much brings us to Childish Gambino and Donald Glover as we know them today. When it comes to the advertising behind his projects and properties, there are obviously marketing teams and individuals that help him along the way. However, by now you've probably gathered that Glover isn't a standard celebrity when it comes to social media or self-branding, especially for someone of his social status. But how does one become so established within the industry without getting to the point of oversaturation? 3 words. Less is more. So let's take a peek at some of the commercials and ads that Donald's appeared in and how they've integrated with his already established identity. First up, we've got probably the most cookie cutter yet still entertaining commercial for the video game Far Cry 4, which features Donald and his community co-star Danny Pudi.
Then I took down all the guards with my cookery knife. Cookery? Yeah, it's like a bougie machete.
Very simple concept, nothing too crazy. It seems that the actors are playing themselves, but the ad definitely assumes that you're aware of their previously portrayed characters. That said, since it is also a Comedy Central collaboration, I wouldn't be surprised if half of the dialogue is pre-written copy and the other half is just the actors improvising. Also connected with Far Cry 4 is a collab with Ubisoft and the Childish Gambino identity.
I remember somebody was in the studio and said, "You should go hard on this." And I was like, you know what? You're right.
In this artist spotlight / game promo, Gambino's track Crawl from his album Because the Internet is paired with game footage to make for a quick cut commercial. The Gambino collabs don't end there either, as he appeared in a Google commercial for the new Playmoji feature, which may or may not be cancelled at this point. The funny thing about this ad is it features a Gambino track titled Human Sacrifice, which has yet to be officially released anywhere. It wasn't in his album from last year, but it was in his latest tour from 2019. Ironically, Donald was also featured in an Apple commercial just this last year, but who knows if he was actually consulted or compensated for his appearance. From this point, we start to dive into a bit more creative and complex advertisements as the Childish Gambino collabs definitely begin to expand. The shoe and clothing company Adidas has partnered with Glover Gambino on several occasions over the past few years. Assuming you're a Gambino fan, you're most definitely familiar with the music video for his 2018 single Feels Like Summer. Adidas actually partnered with Gambino and his team to make a shoe commercial in that same animation style. And this is where the self-aware aspect really comes into play. There's no dialogue, it's just the man, the product, and the logo. And even if this wasn't Gambino's idea, whoever did come up with it is well aware of his personality when it comes to endorsements or commercialism. My best guess is Adidas trusts him as an artist and just lets him do his own thing. After all, they had another collab the following year, which was a collection of shorts created by Donald himself.
Hey, can we get a selfie?
I'm not me. It's not me.
Those opening words from Glover actually reveal a lot more about his headspace than one would expect. The man does not appear to be a fan of his public notoriety or tasteless promotions either. So with everything we've seen thus far, it definitely seems that there is a balancing act happening between publicity and privacy for the artist.
You know what I did? It doesn't matter. You know that I'll always be there.
From all the research I've done, it's pretty clear that Donald is not only self-aware, but he's also knowledgeable of how to advertise himself. I mean, all the way back in 2007, during his Derrick comedy days, he was more than well aware of how to be satirical, especially within the realm of advertising.
There are 2 places black people like to go, and that's Walmart and Six Flags.
It sounded like he said black.
No.
Pretty sure he said black.
We can actually see how this comedic bit evolved a decade later with an episode from Atlanta Season 1. BN is the 7th episode of the series, and it features a character going on a daytime talk show, but when it cuts to commercial, there are fake ads for real-world products.
$1.49?
But the price on the can, though.
The price is on the can, though.
That said, if you haven't seen the episode or the series at all before, just turn me off and go watch it because I don't want anything spoiled for you. The last thing I'll say about Atlanta is it does not disappoint when it comes to marketing itself. You can tell there was a lot of thought and preparation that goes into the promos that they make. Funnily enough, myself and others while in college made a show opener in the same vein as a TV spot from Atlanta season 1. So strip away all the artistry and all the advertising. Where does that leave Donald Glover, the person?
Purple Rain Pedro asks if I'm okay, genuinely, and I say I'm fine.
If you happen to follow his Instagram account, you may have noticed that he doesn't really have much of a backlog on there. When he does post, it's nothing personal and it's almost always connected to whatever project he's working on at the time. Looking right now, his account only has 9 posts, all of which are directly related to the upcoming season of Atlanta, which just wrapped up filming. So from these posts, along with the tweets from earlier, it seems that Donald really prefers to keep his personal matters private, along with wiping his social media after he's moved on from a project. For instance, did you know Donald has 3 children with his partner? Frankly, who could blame him for wanting more privacy and just peace and quiet in general? Donald actually gives some insight in a New Yorker article from 2018 about his social media use and just why he prefers to be off of it entirely.
They were discussing the internet, which Glover declared horrible in every way. Explaining why he had deleted his social media presence, he told me, "I felt like social media was making me less human, and I already didn't feel that human."
So yeah, I guess there's our answer as to why he deletes his social media. It does make you step back and think though, because as an artist, he really does give it his all, but as a brand, he does not want to follow anyone else's rules. And you can't help but respect that. It seems Donald may be onto something when it comes to battling fame and one's personal image in the modern world. Frankly, we can probably all learn something from the example he's setting. I don't think he's saying you have to fully quit social media. I don't even think he's necessarily talking to us. He's probably just talking about himself out loud, but I mean, we can definitely learn something from that, and we can probably just have a couple more breaks here and there, huh? Yeah. I've had this video concept in the back of my head for months now, but as I was finishing the script for it, I realized that my thesis statement was nowhere near what I thought it would be. I thought his reservations within advertisements was just a tactic that a marketing team cooked up. And like, it could still be true, but it really seems from the projects to the personas of Donald Glover that all he wants in the end is authenticity and truth, with creativity and style sprinkled throughout. Genuinely want to thank you guys for watching. This one took a long time to create, so really appreciate you for staying till the end on this one. There's actually only one video left in season 4, so if you haven't already, please consider subscribing and checking out some of my other work. If you'd like to financially support the channel, I do have a Patreon. All the perks and stuff are there, so check it out if you're interested. But as always, guys, I have been Andy, you have been Dandy, and thank you for watching.
It's cool to know other people think about this stuff too.